Good morning, student. Once again, welcome. As a preventive measure against COVID-19, now school is closed, so we are trying to learn something with the help of our online computer science classes. I hope the last two classes on function, the basic and the different types of function with actual and formal parameter were beneficial for you. In today's class, we are going to discuss a very important concept in the chapter function, that is local, global and non-local variable. This is a very important concept of function chapter. Again, I am telling, we'll try to explain it with the help of Python coding. And after watching the video, after watching those explanations, if you have any doubt, please let me know that. I'll try to solve these problems for you. And also some assignments again will be given to you. Please try to solve this. I hope this class will be beneficial for you. Thank you. So today's topic is global, local and non-local variable. This is a very important topic for the chapter function. Okay. So we are starting with global variable. Global variable, first we'll see the definition of it. Global variables are those variables that are defined outside of all the functions and can be accessed from anywhere in the program. That means we have learned what is a function. Function is a named block. If we are defining any variable outside of that block, it will be called global variable. And a global variable can be accessed from anywhere in the program. That means it can be accessed from inside any user-defined function or outside of it. And the second one is local variable. What is a local variable? Local variables are those variables that are defined inside any function. Those functions are accessible only inside their parent function. That means when you are defining a function and inside that function you are defining a variable, that variable will be called local to that particular function. And the third one is non-local variable. For understanding the concept of non-local variable, here we have to understand, you have to take the example of one function that is having another function inside it. If a function A is having another function B defined inside it, then all the variables that are declared inside a function, that means the outer function, will be referred to as a non-local variable to its inner function. Okay, that means non-local variable is such a variable which is neither a local variable nor a global variable. It's a variable of the parent function of a particular function. This will be clear to us when we'll be explaining it with the help of example program. So let's see the first program. Okay, so this is the first program. We have written a equals to 5. A is a global variable. As you can see, it is defined outside of all the functions. And then in the next line only we are defining a function f1, and inside f1 we are again writing a equals to 10. That means we are using two variables here. The first a, which is having a value of 5, is a global variable because it is declared outside of the function. And the second a, which is having a value 10, it's declared inside the function f1. It's a local variable. It's a variable which is local to its parent function. And which one is the parent function? That is a. And inside the parent function, what we are doing? Inside the function body, we are printing the value of a. So if we do not mention anything like global or non-local, by default any function will access its local variable. So when we are printing a equals to 10 will get printed. So let's go to the next line. We are writing print a. From the indentation, it's clear to you this print a statement is outside of f1 function. That means it's again referring to the global variable. So you can see the mark when we are running the program, this printf statement is giving 5. That means the global variable is being accessed here. And then just to separate between the global variable and the local variable, we have given a print statement that is now calling the user defined function. That means in the next line we are going to call the user defined function, that is f1. And when we are calling f1, that means whatever two lines we have written inside f1, that will get executed. What are there in these two lines? A equals to 10, that means in a local variable a we are assigning the value 10, and in the next line we are printing it. So this statement is giving output 10. So this is what a global variable and a local variable. This program will help you to differentiate between a global variable and local variable. Okay, so inside a function, by default its local variable will be accessed if global and local variables are given same name. Then the next slide will give you a slightly different picture if we compare with the last slide. So let's see it. A equals to 5, A is a global variable because it's defined outside of all the function. Then we are giving def f1. Again we are defining the function, but for a change here we have written global A. Whenever we are writing global A, as you can see, global color is changed, that means global is a keyword. And in the next line we are writing A equals to 10. Here before writing A equals to 10 we have written global A. That means no new variable will be created here. Only the global A will be accessed here. That means we are not creating a new variable, we are accessing the global variable. So for accessing global variable inside a function, we need to write global, and after that the variable name has to be written. And we are writing print A. Now here what will happen? We are accessing global variable which were earlier having a value 5. Now we are giving a new value 10 into it. Then what is happening inside the function? The value of the variable will change and it will take a value A. And then we are calling the function. When we are calling the function, definitely it will print A equals to 10. Even after that we are writing a print statement. That means we are now calling the global variable, now printing the global variable. As we have accessed the global variable inside the user defined function and changed its value, now the global variable also, the value is changed and it's now 10. So 10 will be printed here twice. So this program will tell you how to access a global variable inside a user defined function. We are going to the next slide. Okay. So here it's a generalized program. A equals to 20, it's a global variable, and we have used two functions. See, just like loop, like we know that if we define one loop inside another loop, this is called nested loop, and the outside loop is called the outer loop, and inside loop is called inner loop. So here also the similar concept we are using with respect to function. We have defined a function outer, and inside the function we have written A equals to 7. So this A equals to 7, this A is a local variable to outer function. And inside the outer function we are defining another function inner. So this is basically a nesting of functions. And inside inner function we have written A equals to 9. So this A is local to inner function. Okay. Then inside inner function we are calling its own A. That means here the value it will print is 9, and then inside outer function the value of A will be 7, and for global variable the value it will print is 20. So first of all we are writing print A, so 20 is getting printed. Then we are calling outer function. When outer function is being called, so inside outer function, first it will print its own variable, so 7 will get printed, and then it's calling inner function. So inside inner function the value of A is 9, so 9 will get printed here. So again you just see it line by line. All these functions, here we are not going to access any global variable inside a function, or any non-local variable inside a function. That means inner is printing its own variable, outer is printing its own variable, and the global variable is being printed as usual. Okay. Now this program, you see it carefully. Okay. Here you have to understand the use of global and non-local. Global already you have done, non-local will be new to us. A equals to 10, this is global variable. Okay, no problem. Then def outer, we are defining an outer variable and we are writing b equals to 5. So we are taking a new variable b which is local to outer. And then inside outer function we are defining a variable function, that is inner function. Inside inner function we are writing global a. That means inside inner function the global variable a will be accessed, and we are writing non-local b. Now in outer function the variable b that we have created will be referred as non-local variable to inner function. That means in inner function, listen to it carefully, in inner function we are not creating any new variable, we are referring the global a and the b of outer function. Okay, then we are changing the value. When we are writing a equals to 25, basically we are doing nothing but changing the value of global a. When we are writing b equals to 15, we are doing nothing but changing the value of b, which was earlier 5. Okay. Then inside outer function we are calling the inner function first, and then we are printing b. When inner function is called, nothing is printed, because as you can see inside inner function no print statement is there, only value changing will happen. So let's see what output we are getting. First we are calling outer function. Inside outer function it will call inner function. When inner function will be called, the values will be changed. Value of global a and non-local b will be changed to 25 and 15. And then it will print b. So the value of b is 15 now. So 15 we are getting as a first output, and then we are printing a. A is global a here, whose value has been changed inside inner function. So it will be 25 now. So this will tell you the difference, how we can access a global variable and a non-local variable inside a function. Okay. So you have to practice this type of program. Let's see the assignment section. That's the next one. What do you understand by global, local and non-local variable? Explain with example. This global, local and non-local variable is very important. Again I am telling in the chapter function. So please, you have to write a program with global variable, local variable and non-local variable. Then you will properly understand it. I hope this class was beneficial for you. Please wait for the next class. Thank you.